there. Welcome to another episode of Healthy Conversation. Good times, huh?
Great times.
Yeah, good times.
Love being in business every once in a while.
Good times. So just in case you should ever have, stress in your life, we're going through a situation right now, a couple, 10, 40 maybe, at one time.
As we say, it ain't boring.
It ain't never boring. You know what the bottom line is? This is what we want to share with you today. There is a way that you can deal with any situation that comes your way. We were on vacation recently, and a friend of ours was sitting across from me at breakfast, right? And he says, "Hey, you own a health business. Why are you, what did he say? Why are you posting
all this sick stuff, I think.
Yeah. He goes, you're posting all this sick stuff. He goes, I don't think that's a good idea. You're in the health business. What kind of message is that going to send?" And I said, here's the thing. What I have found is, first of all, I'm just real. I'm just who I am. And what I have found is that what people tend to like about me is that I'm pretty transparent. I'm pretty much just who I am. And I have shared that I went through a lot of health challenges. Several years ago, it was Epstein, right? And whooping cough
and all the
just
above.
A big, nice conglomerate of all that stuff. That was largely stress related, is what we ended up finding out. So we have a slogan around the office today, and that is, "Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not get bent out of shape." And sometimes you have to learn to be flexible. But if you let stress get to you, and what happens to you, unfortunately, might be what happened to me. And that's that I was dealing with all these issues, and the story...
Wreck your immune system is what it did.
Completely wrecked my immune system. I found out later wrecked my adrenals. And what you tell people is that I just thought I got better. And then when I thought I got better, what did I do?
Went back to the way it was before.
Went back to the way it was before. So then within the last year, I did find myself where I couldn't lift my head, couldn't get off the couch. All the doctors and all the experts were telling my husband, my team, my family, no stress. You can't talk to her about anything. She can have no stress. None. So that was interesting for trying to run companies. What are you thinking? You're thinking something.
No, I'm just trying to roll with the punches here.
So anyway, I found out that something was really wrong. My adrenals were
Shot.
pretty much close to being burned out completely, which is called
Addison's disease.
And really, they could put you on a lot of prescription drugs for a lot of the issues I had, because I had a plethora of them. Mm-hmm. I couldn't walk. Nobody knew that, including him. I didn't tell anybody that it hurt, literally hurt to walk. Medicine would say you have fibromyalgia and you should take Lyrica. But I didn't tell anybody that it hurt so bad to walk, so nobody knew. So it hurt to walk. Again, I was so fatigued that I couldn't keep my eyes open most of the time. I had no strength whatsoever. I had no energy, nothing like what you see now. Well, my thyroid tests were coming back bad. All of a sudden, me, who's had low blood pressure my whole life, my blood pressure was climbing.
Skyrocketing.
Right? One doctor told me that my insulin was off, that I was headed towards being diabetic. Now you have to understand, I've been nothing but mega healthy my entire life, right? So we've got all this stuff being thrown at us. Now the point of this video is this. We don't want you to live a prescription nightmare. I could be living a prescription nightmare right now. I could be on whatever I just listed. I don't even know. Several thyroids, a blood pressure, some kind of diabetic or pre-diabetic med, a Lyrica for fibromyalgia. And listen, we never want to send the message the medical community is wrong. You've heard many times that John
both sides of the fence
beat his
absolutely.
cancer with natural and with medical, and we believe that. And you have a theory on prescription drugs.
Well, the theory is that no matter what you're taking from a prescription standpoint, eventually, whatever you're taking, the body gets used to it, so therefore you're going to have to start taking more of it. More. And we go back about 5 or 6 years ago when I was talking to one of our physician friends, and over a glass of wine at night, and he made the statement to me that all prescriptions are poisons. I tried to close my mouth because I really never heard a physician talk about it like that before. But truly, when you do one prescription will do one good thing, and then you hear all the negative side effects it'll do it. So we always try to avoid those as much as possible.
But you have said if someone needs a prescription, you think it's fine for a
temporary situation until you can find something. Hopefully, if it's natural, it'll take its place.
Right.
Yeah.
So We don't think prescriptions are bad. We think they should be short term if you need to use them. Now understand that I'm married to this miracle man who's beaten cancer 4 times. And so I very much have been reared as an adult in the world of natural. And so I'm kind of anti-prescription drug. He even said, what's the problem? Why don't you just take them for a short term? And I'm like, I don't want to take them. Because if I would have gone on a blood pressure medication, for example, or a thyroid medication, or one of the many they wanted me to go on, some of those side effects can be sluggishness.
You know, here's a big problem. They wear out. If you take like 10 milligrams of Zestrol for high blood pressure, after a while, you're going to have to start taking 20 or 30 or 40 milligrams for it because your body gets used to it.
Right.
It's when you start taking those high amounts that you start getting some real negative side effects, and that's where all the negatives come in that you see all the warnings on TV about.
So some of those side effects are feeling sluggish, feeling completely tired, totally fatigued, aching. And I just didn't want that. I wanted to feel good again. So I went on a natural protocol, which we'll talk about another time, and I feel fantastic. I don't hurt at all. I'm sleeping phenomenally. My energy is back. Sometimes maybe a little too much energy for the people around me. But I know the people around me are really glad that I feel good again. I feel better than I felt in forever. So if you're living a prescription drug nightmare, and all we mean by that is if you're on several prescription drugs and you're experiencing a lot of those side effects,
you're willing to get proactive.
We would ask you to get proactive, back up, look at your symptoms, and look at what natural solutions there are. Might take a little bit longer, but you wouldn't be going through the prescription drug issue you might be going through now. It's my story. I didn't feel good, but I feel great now. So I'll make sure I go post that to make our friend happy that I posted the other side of the story. See you next time.